right, who's ready to get excited and fired up? Yeah, small but mighty. Let's get excited. All right. Well, oops, wrong one. Wrong slideshow. I can sing for you. Sweet Caroline. Oh, come on. I'm up here singing on stage and that's all you've got? Okay, can we reset the clock maybe? All right. Welcome. Well, I'm here to try and bring a little energy to your afternoon. I don't know if there'll be snacks later, so let's use this as a blood sugar kick for you. Give you a little sense about what we're about. So I'm Corey Mohn. I'm the Executive Director of the Blue Valley CAPS program. Stands for Center for Advanced Professional Studies. And we're actually representing a national network of school affiliates that have come together around the idea of aligning students to passion. And to respectfully disagree with some previous speakers, I actually think that our students are craving getting into the real world and doing things right away. We are very cognizant of the fact that students need to see relevance. And so we're all about connecting students to passion. We do it through full integration, authentic work on projects. And that's not just project-based learning. That's what we call professional-based learning. So that means that the curriculum is driven by the students, but it's connected to an actual business partner or nonprofit, or a new creation by a student, something they're passionate about and want to proceed with. It's local learning that's connected globally. I don't know if any of you are familiar with the Happiness Advantage by Shawn Achor, but one of the ideas that's referenced in there is this idea of a job versus a career versus a calling. And what we're all about at CAPS is how do we get as many students to a place of calling as humanly possible. When someone doesn't think about how much money they're making, they don't kind of begrudgingly get out of bed in the morning, they jump out of bed to get after it, they're in a place of calling. And we want every student to be in that place. Another work that inspires what we do is Bold by Peter Diamandis, the founder of the X Prize. And something that's mentioned in there is this idea of DIY communities, do-it-yourself communities. And connecting through something that is so important that it's a massively transformative purpose. At CAPS, our massively transformative purpose is to completely flip the system in education, to make it more relevant and engaging for students, and to give them a light at the end of the tunnel so they know whether or not they're going to enjoy that high skill, high demand career. It's one thing to think that I like medicine because I love Grey's Anatomy. It's a whole other thing to be in a real simulation lab, to be on the hospital floor working with professionals to see if that's really something that you're interested in. And for those of us that are parents, wouldn't we rather this all be figured out when they're 16, 17, 18 years old than after 4, 5, 6 years of college? So 3 stories to share with you. It's the best way for you to understand what we do. The first is the Sensory Chair Company. We had a mentor come to us who had a son with autism. And he wanted to figure out, how can I relieve my son's anxiety and calm him down when he needs that sensory pressure? So he came in with the back of a napkin idea that there could be a chair somehow that would help him. Our engineering students in our program, 16, 17, 18-year-olds, developed 4 prototypes of a chair. It resulted in a final product that won an Edison Award in New York, first time high school students had ever won an innovation award at Edison, and actually is now a product on the market. These students are on the patent for the intellectual property. We've had over 30 students get patents as high school students in our program, but it's because we threw them into this and said, you tell us what the good ideas are. They figured this out, and his son absolutely loves it. So we now have new founder, we have students that are involved, fantastic project. Another example from our community, 5-year-old, born with a physical deformity, doesn't have an arm from just below the elbow down. Parent went to our early childhood center and said, do you know of anybody where we could go and talk about prosthetics? Instead of sending them to the medical community, they sent them to our program. And our engineering students worked with Sven, got to know him, developed some empathy for him, asked him lots of questions. Their first prototype of a 3D printed arm scared the dickens out of him. He didn't know what to do with it. It was a weird thing to put something foreign on your body. But they asked him what he liked. They found out his favorite color is orange, and his favorite toy was Legos. So our kids designed a 3D printed arm with a Lego-based board so he could build Legos on his arm, and they made it orange. They created a second product that had a clamp on the end, and he can now ride a bike just like any other kid. These students in high school are never going to forget that experience, and they learned a heck of a lot about 3D printing and design and those things. Final example, we did a Moonshot competition. We asked our students, because we believe in student voice as well, you tell us how we hack this experience and make it better. And we said there's money to be had, and we will put that money towards your ideas. We had 9 different student groups that came together, and we found 6 great ideas to move forward with. You can see a list of them there. Anything from internship eHarmony, where we make sure that we make the right placements for students and using technology, to creating international medical missions where our students that have earned certified nursing assistants certifications can actually go practice medicine in another country and be of service hand in hand or glove in glove with a medical professional. So I'm here to tell you we would love to talk with you. These are amazing programs we're hearing about, but we would love for you to join our symphony. It's one thing to have individual instruments being performed at a high level, but there's something special that happens when you come together and you build a network with living bridges that connect people together, because our resources in our area in Kansas City and our affiliate programs, of which we have 28 right now in 9 different states, 4 of which are here in Utah, we all have our own resources. So why wouldn't we build bridges so we can share those? You have assets, we have assets. Let's put them together and make something special happen for kids. Thank you very much.